Hello. I'm recording this like right after I got off of stream. Surprise. Many news today as the Endfield special program has just ended a little bit ago. The VOD is available if you want to go watch it. I would recommend go watching it, probably. If you want to see like all the little details and whatnot. We got multiple new trailers out of it. 3 trailers have already been posted, and then there's some sort of smaller ones in there as well, kind of like more fun little promo videos. But 3 big trailers. We have the release trailer with the new Starset song. We have a little special trailer for like seemingly the standard banner 6 stars. And then we have a little extra trailer, a little sneaky trailer at the end, which showed a bunch of new stuff, probably stuff for later updates and not necessarily for the release update. Bunch of trailers there, and also a song by Crywolf. They're back. For the Arknights knowers, Masses Travels, they know. Somniomancer, the goat. Lots and lots of updates. There's some redemption codes and stuff to grab. I can actually maybe grab them real quickly from here. There's going to be some redemption codes. Once the game is live, you can then go redeem these and whatnot from the game. There's so much stuff. I'm not going to go through every little detail. Someone who is better at actually summarizing all the stuff can do that. I'm just here to tell you that there is news, okay? Lots of stuff. Many a thing. The Twitter actually is posting everything. They've posted all the trailers, and they are actually also posting these little collections of all the things that were shown. So here you also have the redemption codes and stuff. You have the pre-registration bonuses, the releases, all the free stuff that you get from the release. Some updates to the battle pass things. There is a new weekly. There's now weeklies. There was only dailies in beta and no like weekly resetting anything. Now there's a weekly one. It seems to be just like an extended version of dailies. So it's a similar thing where you just kind of gather points by doing certain things, and that gets you your weeklies. So you can kind of pick and choose what you do to do your weeklies. One of the main things, the main changes to the gacha, if we want to really quickly go into that, main changes to the gacha is that Arsenal tickets have been adjusted. First of all, you get Arsenal tickets from the weekly stuff, so that's good. We needed a source of Arsenal tickets from sort of some kind of resetting, like sort of free-to-play friendly form. And then they changed it so that the weapons... Can I like open this image up in a tab so that I can zoom in? They changed it so that the weapons for the like limited units who are on banner for that patch, the weapons are actually available for the entire patch instead of just when the web character is on raid up. So you have a lot more time to gather up pulls or get weapon pulls for the specific weapon that you want. You can now also use geometries to get Arsenal tickets. You couldn't do this in beta 1, or sorry, in beta 2. You couldn't actually exchange like any premium currency to get Arsenal tickets. So now this is back. We'll see what the exchange rate is like. But it's an option, probably mainly for Wales. Gonna be real. And this pity system for the Arsenal tickets, I think, is the same as it was. But there's the updates. So Arsenal tickets had a bunch of updates, which I think were good. We needed sort of more income and better income on Arsenal tickets, so that's good to see. I think the banner system otherwise is you have the beginner banner, you have the basic headhunting banner, and then you have the sort of limited rotating banners, which seem to function still the same that they have functioned. The order now for the banners on release is first it's Levitain, then it's Gilberta, then it's Yvonne. It was a different order in beta 2, but that's just a small order change. Gilberta before Yvonne. And then you have... this is still so this is just how the banner still works. This still works the same as it has. But then there's this little extra thing where if you do a total of 30 on the chartered headhunting, on the limit, you do 30 pulls on the limited banner, and you will actually get just a free 10 that doesn't cost you anything. It doesn't count towards the 120 guarantee, but I think it does still count towards like the normal 6-star pity. But it also, they said this on the stream, it doesn't say it here. If you get the raid up operator on this free 10, it doesn't actually consume the 120 guarantee. It doesn't like affect that at all, which is interesting. This is just like a release celebration thing. This is not a permanent addition to the banner system. This is just for the release. It might be just on Levitain's banner and not the other two. We'll see. But yeah, so some free pulls if you're pulling on Levitain anyway. And then they kind of teased the next... they teased the upcoming operators on who you'll be. And if you look at these silhouettes, you'll see Tang Tang. Well, this is not a silhouette. Tang Tang right here. This silhouette over here is Mifu. This is Zhu Yang. Over here is Rossi. And then these two right here are actually new characters that I believe, one of them had some leaks earlier at some point. But these were seen in actually the third trailer. This trailer right here, you do actually quickly see these two characters here. You get some little quick shots of them, especially this girl right here, and then a very quick distant shot of this spear boy over here. So interesting, we'll see. New characters have been teased. Right, they increased the amount of gacha money you get from the crates, quite a big increase, like 50%, over 50% across the board for how much you get from crates. So just more motivation to do exploration. They changed a bunch of the operator progression. They lowered some difficulties on some of the farming maps. They gave you more. They're giving you more progression materials. They're giving you more gatherables. They adjusted some operator progressing stuff and level caps and whatnot. And then they also adjusted the main mission sort of progression by lowering the account level you need to actually do the next story mission, which I think was a good decision to sort of streamline that a little bit. So they lowered those a little bit. There was a bunch of stuff about merch. There's a bunch of figures and like merch stuff and a pop-up store in some places. And then we might as well talk about this one now. There's this funny thing. There's this web event right here. There's a bunch of like web events and stuff. But this specific web event here, which is right here. So this web event is a thing where you go in and you essentially you sign in with the account you're going to use for Endfield, right? Like that Gryphline account. And what they will do is that they will take the name of that account and like carve it onto something and then send it to space. They are gathering a bunch of names to carve onto something and then send it to space on a rocket and just like out into the fucking vast nothingness on a satellite. What a interesting web event to pull for your like game release is let's just send a bunch of player names to space and like staff as well, obviously. So that's interesting. You can go do that. You have quite a bit of time. You can like wait to choose like what account you're gonna send. It lasts for a while. It goes until like March or something. But that sure is a web event to be doing. What else? This is just sort of highlighting. We're gonna, as usual for these game releases, you get a bunch of free stuff. You get a free Ardelia. You get a free weapon for her. You get some free weapon selection boxes. You get a free Snowshine, free weapon for Snowshine, a bunch of free headhunting, a bunch of just headhunting, roles. You get a bunch of free pulls. It's just all the free stuff you're getting, a bunch of sign-in events and beginner events and level up events and so on. You have sign-in events for like every limited banner. There will be a thing, this thing down here is showing, there will be in-game, there will be like a little panel or something showing like all the various sign-in events and freebies and so on. So you can check in on that once you're in the game to actually not miss out on anything. There will be a little panel in-game to make sure you don't miss shit. And then they also announced a bunch of manga. We have a prequel manga here, surrounded are mainly about Perlica and what she was doing before Endmin woke up at the start of the game. And then some 4 mangas, some collab with one of the Rhodes Islands mangas. And yeah, just a bunch of like comics, just pulling those out right away. And not shown right here, but was in the stream, which for some of the OG AK heads is a big deal. Well, let's see if I can actually find the moment here somewhere. I'm not sure I can. Where was it? Oh, here it is. So this part right here, essentially, this is just letting us know. This is the Metal Scar Radio, which is like the in-universe radio station or record label. We are getting operator EPs. This is the thing in Arknights, if you're not aware. Every operator, every new operator, they get a song for them. They get an EP. So we are getting those for people in Endfield as well, which is just cool to know. It's nice to see that they're confirmed back. What else? Do I have something? I'm trying to keep this short. It's already not that short. So Jesus Christ, it's like 9 minutes already. I've been yapping way too much. I think that's probably most of the like big updates. Many things, long rambly update. I need to go and like do some other stuff now. Okay, bye.